The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Defy Life Podcast, brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network. I'm your host, J.R. Gleff, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Thomas Stevens. What's good, Pooh?
Hey, what's good, man? Another day, another dollar.
Or
Just getting
dime or
how
a
I
nickel,
live.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Sorry we missed y'all last week. We had a few life things going on, so we missed y'all. Hope y'all missed us. But we back. Um, Check us out on YouTube. You know the channel. Check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. Please go subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate y'all. Um, we back, man. Already almost a quarter of a way through the season.
Hmm.
After week 4, it's funny how I was thinking about this earlier. We missed last week, but we already had our topics, out for the
Right.
week before we realized we couldn't record. But it's amazing how narratives can change in a week in the NFL, right? Because last week we were going to talk about, oh man, what are the problems that can be fixed in Chicago and Dallas? Um, but those narratives have shifted a little, and
Yeah.
especially in Chicago. But we'll get to that, man. First, I want to ask you. I think we're deep enough not to really make any, any statements that aren't going to change. But so
Mm.
far, give me one. Well, first off, I forgot I want to mention this before we get too deep into the show. Um, we had a few more, man. It seems like we're doing this too much lately, but we had a few more legends that passed away
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
week, man. So condolences to the families. Shout out to the legacies of Dikembe Mutombo, Pete Rose, and John Amos. Um, Again, it seems like we're doing this too much lately, but just definitely want to give those guys a shout out. Dikembe Mutombo in conversation for maybe the greatest defensive player of all time in the
Definitely.
NBA.
Definitely.
You know, um, just always larger than life and a great human being.
Hmm.
Continued his legacy after his retirement. Um, and one of the few players that made it to the Hall of Fame mostly off of strictly defense.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. And of course, Charlie Hustle, man, Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's a shame because his legacy gets tarnished by the things that are now the sports world and sporting organizations and leagues kind of entice people to do now is bet on games.
Right.
But his legacy is kind of marked by that. But you know, definitely a great hitter, um, base runner,
Hmm.
and as his nickname attests to, man, Charlie Hustle speaks for itself.
Definitely.
And John Amos, man, one of the greatest TV dads of all time.
Right.
Good times, iconic in roots, um, hilarious and a staple in Coming to America, and many, many more roles. So shout out to John Amos, man.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, but yeah, just wanted to get that out. But again, moving on to my question to you. Um, Give me one team and one player who have been the most disappointing so far in the NFL season.
Disappointing. I want to say, I want to say Josh Jacobs.
Mm,
I just really I thought the offensive line was pretty good there,
mm,
and I just thought he was just going to be there, go there and be an absolute load. I don't know if it's the touches or the scheme or Love's been out, but I just don't know, man. He's been absolutely disappointing
gotcha.
for me. Yeah,
Um,
and team, And like you said, the narratives have definitely has changed, man. The Cowboys don't look like they did week one.
Hmm.
They're extremely disappointing. Um, I'm I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Cowboys.
Okay. Yeah, if I had to pick, I would say player. I know this your guy,
Mhm.
Trevor Lawrence, man.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say Trevor as
Yeah.
well, but yeah, I guess I drafted Josh Jacobs on my fantasy team, so
Oh, he close
yeah,
to home, right?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, and it's a shame because Trevor looks like he's broken, man.
Mm,
Like that old culture and that team seems broken, but especially Trevor, especially at the 55 mil a year, it sets you up for either it's no gray area, success or failure, right? And it looks like he's definitely regressed. There's no arguing that. But he looks like he's broken. I think it's just a matter of time before Frank Reich is out of there. I mean, Doug
mm,
Peterson. I'm sorry, not Frank Reich.
mm,
Um,
mm,
but yeah, I definitely go with Trevor. And team, I probably go Cincinnati.
mm,
Starting off at 1-3. I mean, they're known to get off the slow starts. But I say them more because I don't see them coming out of this tailspin. They don't have the defense
mm,
to make a sustainable run of success, and for them to go into Washington and not force a punt like that's
mm.
crazy.
That is
Um,
crazy.
so they won last week, but I don't think it's going to get much better.
Mm. All shootouts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
don't know if and the health of Joe Burrow.
Mm.
I don't think has he played a full 16 game season yet? I don't think so. Maybe
Maybe
once.
maybe once the year
Yeah,
they went to the what Super Bowl
yeah,
that year.
yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe. Um, who would you say would be a player and a team that are your biggest surprises at this point?
Sam Darnold, Minnesota Vikings, man.
Mm, hand in
Same
hand.
guy on the same team. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid went from seeing ghosts to can't miss the open guy.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, a hell of a turnaround.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a different one. Again, I'll go. They end up losing this week, but I'll go Buffalo. Losing
Mm,
all the players that they lost in free agency and via trade. Um, I didn't. I think they were kind of exposed, some of their flaws last week. So I don't think they're a flawless team. But 3-1 coming out the gate, I think better than I thought it would be.
mm,
And so I'd say Buffalo is a team, and as a player, whew, I, I'll go. mm, I'll go Jaden Daniels.
mm,
Um,
mm,
I didn't. Of course, this is a ballyhoo quarterback class. But I wasn't
mm.
thinking any of them were going to come out and you know he's been pretty flawless the last 2 weeks.
Lights out.
Um, you know, completion percentage, and of course, it's a lot of short passes, but that's the way the game is going now. With everybody playing too high, but completion percentage over 80%. Um, making smart decisions. He's still got a lot of room to grow, but he's been decisive with his legs and
Hmm.
accurate with his arm. Yeah, I was Jane Daniels.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Um, yeah, I'm sure it was Al was here. He go, you know, probably biggest surprise would be the Cowboys, and biggest
Mm,
surprise player would be Zeke or some shit. But
mm,
yeah, but you ain't here, Al.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. Um, we got a little more time. Al ain't here to chime in, so let's talk about your Bears, man. What kind of progress have you seen? This is good. We can talk about the progress. I want to talk about the what we've seen so far in the progress so far of Caleb Williams
Hmm.
and in the growth that we've seen in Justin Fields away from Chicago.
Hmm.
But what for Caleb Williams in particular and the Bears as a whole, what have you seen that is kind of righted the ship a little
The I like the play calling. You
outside of
know
playing
that
against the Rams' crappy defense?
I like I like the I like the play calling. You know,
Okay.
it's getting better to me. You know, I didn't like us coming out throwing the ball 55 times in a game. You
Mm,
know, with Caleb, I wanted us to pay, I guess, more attention to detail to the run, get
right.
out there and try to get the run going. But our interior was just, well, Nate Davis just so freaking crappy.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, he's checking down, he's throwing to his running backs, and I guess he's utilizing every blade of grass, I would say. You
Hmm.
know, he's throwing it to the short guy and letting the playmakers make plays instead of thinking that his arm has to make all the plays. So
Right.
I've noticed that with him, and that's really big. And I noticed that we putting more people on the line of scrimmage. We're committing more people to the run game. You
Okay.
know, instead of them playing the run game like Waldron did in Seattle when they had a better offensive line.
All right.
So they would spread it and let Walker the third find holes. Our
Hmm.
offensive line is not that good.
Right.
So he has to put more tight ends and more this and more that, you know, inside the box to get guys blocked. So I like that as well. So I see growth with Waldron and Caleb.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. I think Caleb's starting to settle in. For one, he's starting to realize that, especially with that receiving core, he doesn't have to play hero ball
Mm,
so much, and realizing that a check down is not the worst thing in the world sometimes. And just taking what the defense gives him. That's a sign of not just growth, but um, confidence
right.
and like comfortability, where he can learn to be patient. And there's nothing
Mm,
wrong with there's nothing wrong with a field goal. Two, there's nothing wrong with a 10 play drive. Everything don't have to be a 3 play drive. So he's kind of learning and be patient. So it's good to see.
definitely.
Yeah. Um, and Justin Fields, man, in Chicago, we well documented his struggles, and um, I think I think everybody kind of agreed that it was time to move on. When Fields kind of, Caleb kind of gave you an opportunity to reset the clock. Um, but with all of Fields' flaws in Chicago, and just the up and down nature of his game there. Um, have you noticed? Have you watched enough Steeler snaps to notice a difference in the quarterback that he is now?
I've watched him. He's what I envision him to be, like
Right.
on that trajectory. He's scanning the field. He's not holding on, you know, as long. He's more precise, as in making his mind up, getting it out there,
Right.
you know, and it seemed like maybe he was coached. He's being coached instead of being talked to, you
Yeah.
know. So I think he's making himself a boatload of money. I
Yeah.
I think he's the guy, you know.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, there's no way they can turn to Russell at this point.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think he's the guy. Of course, we got a long way to go, but yeah, he acknowledged that the coaching that he was receiving in Pittsburgh is superior to the coaching he receives in Chicago, and that's not a knock on the coaches in Chicago. I think one, when you have someone that's that gifted and naturally talented, maybe they learn from their mistakes in the way that they're coaching Caleb, um, from the lack of, like you said, coaching and not talking to,
Mhm.
that they put in Justin. Yeah, because his ability to you know um, not just read defenses, but be decisive in what
Hmm.
defenses are giving him, and also using his legs more judiciously and not reading one thing and taking off. So I think he's definitely grown. It's going to be fun to watch him. But you're right, we got to pay that man after this year.
Hmm.
And if they were smart, I
Get
think
something
this
done soon. Yeah,
right,
sooner than later. Yeah.
right. But that's against the Steelers' rules. They don't negotiate during the season. But this is a pretty unique situation. So um, it's a bit of a unique situation. I don't know if they would benefit them to wait until after the season. One, the price is only going to go up, and two, not that I think Justin wants to, but it opens him up to anybody.
Hmm.
You look at there's already rumors going around about Miami and what's going to happen with Tua. They don't throw the
Hmm.
bank at Justin Fields. Uh,
Raiders.
the Raiders. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so we'll see. But it's fun to watch his growth. And again, as I've been saying since they traded for him, it ain't Kenny Pickett, man. So I'm happy with
Mm.
what we're getting out of him. So I look forward to what's coming. Uh, um, After at this point in the season, again we missed last week. So after
Hmm.
week 4, what do you know that you know around the
Mm.
league after 4 weeks?
What do I know? I know. I know that the NFL is completely unpredictable.
Mm,
It's any given Sunday.
no freaking
And
logic. That's what
man,
NFL stands for.
man, it's just any given Sunday.
All right,
Number one can be number 31.
all right.
You could be like, damn, I just can't stop the kid. The Niners went in on the high last week, went to Minnesota and got steamrolled.
Yeah, buzzsaw.
And I mean, so it's like, dude, you never can tell.
All right.
We went to Indy and got slapped around. You know, who Indy played this week, and they just couldn't get a stop. Like Indy kept scoring and
Mm,
scoring the first down, the first down. Who Indy played this Sunday? Joe
Pittsburgh.
Flacco came in. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was us.
Yeah, it was you. So, the Eagles went down there, even though my guy didn't have any threats, but still, yeah, they couldn't stop. They couldn't stop the Bucks.
All right.
So it would have been
Yeah,
a scoring match. So
yeah,
I mean, NFL man, just no logic. Just line them up,
yeah.
and whatever happens, happens.
And even if you look at it as a whole, after 4 weeks, like I know the AFC North is pretty much upside down of what everybody thought it was going to be coming into the season. People were saying that Cincinnati and Baltimore were going to be fighting for the division. Pittsburgh in fourth, definitely. Justin Fields or Russell Westbrook, or Russell Wilson, whoever the quarterback is, the worst
Hmm.
quarterback in the division. Like that's definitely upside down. Um, the NFC East, nobody thought Washington would be at the top of the
Mm-mm.
division.
Mm-mm.
It's nobody thought Minnesota would be top of the NFC North.
Mm-mm.
It's weird, man, and but again, that's what makes it so fun. Um,
Right.
there's an average of what 6 teams every year that made the playoffs the previous year that don't make it the following.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the makings of it, man. It's why we wait on it so heavily, and
Hmm.
why we so excited when it gets here.
Hmm.
I Keon text me a bunch of times, man. The NFL, man, they just got me in a chokehold. It's just what it is, man. But yeah, and we got a long way to go. It's gonna be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Um, switching gears to a totally different sport. There's no way to transition to this. So it was media day today in LA. So I got two NBA stories I want to talk to you about. Media day in LA today with LeBron and Bronny James. Um, in media day, sitting at the podium together today. Did you have you checked that out?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty dope, man. And it's kind of as you see of course, we know it was, we know he's there, but as you see these things in front of you now, you kind of realize how big that is, man. What are I know you're not the biggest LeBron fan,
Mm-hmm.
um, but how like imagine if you still had two good knees and you know,
Mm-hmm.
I imagine I still had a good back and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
how dope would it be, man, to like be in that position and have your son play beside you, man, like and see it come to fruition.
Absolutely speechless, man. No words for it.
Right? I cry every day in
Like,
practice.
this is my guy. Let
Right.
alone let alone a friend, like one of your best friends, good guy with,
Right.
but your seed, someone you nourished and
Yeah.
played and took him to work out. Like, this is my guy. I can look over there and be like, yeah, that's my boy.
Look, the kid literally made his own my player.
You can't beat that. Yeah.
Right. Like that's my guy. It's pretty dope, man. And I mean, not sure how a season's gonna play out, but man, be able to play get 1 minute of playing time with your dad,
Mm-hmm.
or your son, whichever perspective. That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Bronny because I think LeBron tweeted about this. Is it's one thing to make it to that level out of a place of hunger and necessity, but to have your dad be one of the five greatest players ever, and you still have the hunger to get to that level when you don't have to,
All right.
right? Like, if you wanted to say, "Yeah, I don't want this. I want to be a gamer," you can do that. Like, so shout out to Bronny too, man. That's
No doubt.
dope.
No doubt.
Yeah, and also wanted to mention your guy called it a career this week, man.
Yeah, man.
So I want to give you an opportunity to speak on your boy D Rose. What you think his legacy is? What are your greatest D Rose moments? It's your guy, I know, with your hometown Chicago Bulls. So have at it, man. It's your guy.
Man, I'm choked up, man. Um, I remember when we got the first overall pick, and I was like, man, we're gonna go with the small, we're gonna go with the forward, gonna
Mm-hmm.
go with D Rose, who we gonna go with? Then I thought, and let's go point guard. Got to go point guard. Got to go Rose. Then Miami talking about, yeah, they want to go Rose, and we took Rose, and I think I was on my way. I was on my way somewhere when we drafted him. I might have been Cancun. Like, I was at the airport in O'Hara when we
Mm.
drafted him in Chicago.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was at O'Hara Airport. So, and he came in, and now we the baby bulls, and
Right.
he doing his thing. And every time I think about D Rose, man, I just think, why not me?
Mm.
Why can't I be MVP?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that time was special. Like, I haven't loved sports like that since Mike retired.
Mm.
Because it was my Bulls.
Right.
Every night we packed our hard hats and we played ball, and Rose was the catalyst. So
Always.
that was definitely a special time for me, man. And the moment was, I mean, definitely when he went out there and scored 36, and I think 36 his first playoff game. But
Mm.
we were down there in Miami, and they slugging, and he just single-handedly, man, he just taking over the game, dunking on folk, and they was like, man, he won't stop.
Right.
He keep coming.
Yeah.
I like Christmas Day. We went to LA, and they had Kobe, and they had a really good team, man, and
Mm.
and they didn't really see us being that good, and we went in there, and We came out with the dub Christmas Day against the Lakers. So
All right.
I could talk about D Rose forever, man. That's my guy.
I know, man. I know. And one thing, somebody said this, and I don't know if it was on a TikTok. I don't know what it was. But I always hear people talk about prime D Rose,
Hmm.
and you ain't seen nothing till you seen prime D Rose. Prime D Roses. We never saw prime D Rose.
You're right.
We never had the opportunity for him to get to his prime.
Right.
Now we saw him at the best he gave us, but
Right.
he was never, the injuries took away his prime.
You're
He never
right.
got to reach it, and so it's scary to think what could have been if we got to see his prime,
Agreed.
like close to approach it, because we didn't get to see close to it.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
Um,
I agree.
but yeah, I mean, I know Shigana, and credit to him for, you know, adjusting his game out of necessity and making a 16-year career out of it, man. If you would have told us
Yeah.
12 years ago that he'd be around
Right.
after 16 years, like none of us would have believed it.
Right.
Um, but I think he would have had the opportunity, and then he would have had the opportunity to be, of course, one of the greatest players of his generation, probably ever. But then too, it would have given. I mean, of course, he's one of the biggest what ifs now in sports
Right.
history.
Definitely.
But I think like it gave it take like it took away a generational figure, not just a
Hmm.
player, but a figure for us.
Hmm.
Um, and you look at you know the Magics to Michael to Shaq to Duncan to Kobe to LeBron, like that
Hmm.
passing along Steph. I think he would have been in that conversation of just
Definitely.
icons. Um, but kudos to him, man, for making the best of the hand that he was dealt. Because
Mm.
damn, that dude was good.
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. You want to run through these games this week, man? Right quick.
Yeah, 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 that's straight. We can get him. We can get him in.
Let's knock it out before we get out of here.
All right.
Um, Again, since we got Al yapping on, we got a lot of time left, man.
Yeah.
Pull up the schedule right quick.
All right.
All right. Starting out Thursday night football. Should be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Atlanta, take on the
Mm-hmm.
Falcons. Buccaneers, like you mentioned, coming off a huge win. The Falcons coming off a huge win against New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with a last second field goal by Young Wei Koo. I ain't gonna call him like Shannon Sharp call him Young Ho.
I'm
Who you got, man?
gonna take the Bucks.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the
Buck
Bucks and keep it going. Yeah.
Baker keep rolling.
Baker rolling, man.
Yeah, Baker rolling. Yeah, this gotta suck as a Cleveland fan, man.
Mm.
To see Baker and Flacco balling out, and Deshaun not so much.
Yeah.
Man, it's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Uh, Sunday morning. I forgot about this. The London game, 9:30 in the morning on Sunday. The Jets and the Vikings travel to London. Um,
I'm not picking anyone to beat the Vikings right now except Bears.
right,
Except the
right.
Bears.
Especially not the Jets.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. Uh, the regular schedule is Sunday at 1. The Carolina Panthers, who all of a sudden look like an actual NFL team,
They do.
travel to Chicago to take on your Bears. Why are you
Mm,
taking the Bears?
I'm taking the Bears, man. We at home. I'm thinking we're gonna our secondary. I think we have one of the best secondaries in the league. but I know the Red Rifle's gonna sling it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna neutralize the run game. Excuse me, make them one dimensional. And I think we're gonna be able to move the ball on their defense. So I'm taking us.
Okay. This could get ugly. Cleveland travels to DC to take on the Commanders. Who you taking?
I'm taking the upset.
Okay.
Taking Cleveland. That's
Yeah.
crazy. We talking about Cleveland
Right.
the upset
Yeah.
over
That's
that
right.
sounds bananas, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's after I said this could get ugly. I see where you're coming from. Um,
hmm
this is you know Washington's riding high with a young quarterback.
hmm
All the Commanders fans think they're going to the Super Bowl, which is rightfully
Definitely.
so. They 3-1, but
Yeah.
and Cleveland's desperate, so I get it.
They're desperate. Yeah.
Um, Now this could get ugly in a different sense, just because this is gonna be some ugly football.
Mm.
Um, I'm all for field goal games, but it only because of good defense, not just because it's bad offense all over the place.
Mm.
Miami traveling to New England. Um,
Oh, I'm taking New
who
England.
I ain't gonna say who's gonna win, but who doesn't lose this game?
New England doesn't lose it.
Okay.
I think we may even see May. Mm.
We may see, man. Yeah. Um, Miami's in all kind of trouble, man.
I would love to see Melton.
Yeah. Shit. Why not bring back Drew Bledsoe, Tony Eason, play them all.
Hey, play him, man.
Yeah. If Tom Brady went off somewhere being horrible in the booth, bring him back too.
Hey, I feel you, man.
Yeah. Um. Oh,
You crazy.
the Colts travel to Jacksonville, take on the 0-4 Jaguars.
Oh
Um.
man.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Colts. They bringing Flacco back out there, innit?
They don't know yet. Anthony Richardson's
The hip.
still got a banged up hip, but they hadn't ruled him out yet.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay. But I'll take the Colts either way though.
yeah,
I like
no
I like
problem.
AR. Yeah.
All right, okay. Um, Let me ask you something real quick. Season ended today, as they like to say.
hmm
Jacksonville's 0-4. I think by record and by the eye test, they're probably the worst team in the league right now, right?
The worst team in the league. Man, Miami without Tua, man.
Yeah.
It's man, it's close. It's close, Jay.
Well, both teams in this. When I say
Healthy?
both
What,
teams,
what,
same
what
boat.
you gonna say?
Well,
Oh,
okay. Jacksonville, I asked both teams. Jacksonville right now, if they got the first pick, who they taking? Just off the top of your head. I know we ain't got we ain't went through our draft process and we ain't got 200 names in our head right now.
yeah. I don't even know who coming out. They're not taking quarterback though.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
What position? Left tackle.
the
Travis
O
Hunter.
line, the O line ain't bad. I say Travis Hunter. The O line not bad.
They left tackle sucks though. Cam
Does he?
Robinson's horrible.
Oh, Cam Robinson.
Yeah.
Damn, Cam. I
Yeah.
thought Cam. Yeah, I haven't seen any Jags games this year,
Yeah. I
but
watched that
he
Cleveland game.
they're not giving any like help over there.
Nah, I mean, I think it could be a matter of coaching, play calling. And when you 0-4 and they look that bad, it's a bunch of things. That's
That's
the
true.
problem.
That's
But
true.
Travis Hunter will be interesting,
Yeah.
even though we haven't had a receiver go number one overall since Keyshawn Johnson. And if they
Mm,
decide he's a cornerback, I don't know if we've ever had a cornerback go number one.
I can't think of not
Yeah,
not not in our era.
but if you're gonna break history, break it with Travis.
You're right,
Yeah,
Mr. Bland.
yeah, Mr. Bland. Miami. If, if let's say Tua calls it a career,
Mm-hmm.
is there a quarterback worth taking number one overall?
Number one.
I can't
I
think
can't
of.
think of. I can't think of any.
Yeah, yeah, we need to sign Justin.
I was just about to say Justin Fields sweepstakes, man.
Yeah, that we need to sign that
Yeah,
kid out right now. I'll take the bye week and sign that kid.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Justin Fields sweepstakes.
yeah, man. All right. The Buffalo, no, the Stephon Diggs ball.
Mm,
Buffalo travels to Houston, take on the Texans. Should be an
mm.
interesting game. What you got?
I'm gonna take the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Texans. I think they're gonna be able to do enough to corral Josh because they got a lot of athletes. They got a lot of fast athletes on D, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna take them.
Okay. AFC North showdown. Baltimore goes to Cincinnati, take on the Bengals. Who you take?
Baltimore. Um, I don't think it's gonna be easy, but Cincinnati normally have the number, but
They
their
do.
D is not the same D, and I think that Baltimore is gonna get enough stops
Mm-hmm.
to win,
Yeah.
and I just don't think that Cincinnati's gonna get many at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. One, Cincinnati can't stop the run.
Right,
Baltimore just found their run game.
right.
Cincinnati's also starting a rookie right tackle against that
Mm,
Baltimore defense. So,
mm.
yeah, I would say Baltimore as well. Um, hmm. Two other teams that are looking better than we thought they'd look. The Raiders travel to Denver, take on the Broncos. Um,
You take the Broncos.
yeah,
Take the Broncos.
I ain't mad at you.
Hmm.
Um, Arizona, man, travels to San Fran to take on the Niners. This is probably a lot closer than we thought it would be. The Niners got
I'm
all these
taking.
injuries.
Now it's got a lot of injuries. I'm gonna take another upset.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Cards. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take the Card. But man, the Cards ain't gonna be able to stop that run game though. But I'm gonna still stick with them.
Yeah. Yeah. But they might. Yeah, it should be a good game. It should be a good. Oh man, the Giants travel to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Daniel Jones coming to town. What Seahawks gonna do?
I'm gonna take the Hawks, man.
All right.
Danny Dimes playing good ball right now though. But
He is.
I'm gonna take the Hawks.
Yeah.
Hey,
Relatively
neighbors,
speaking.
neighbors is an animal.
Yeah, he is. He might be
He's an
out though.
absolute. He's an yeah with that concussion. He's an
Yeah.
absolute animal.
Dude is
He
nice.
he's all that
Yeah.
and a
That's one
big bag of
thing.
Doritos. Yeah,
Yeah. That's one thing they can sell some tickets in New York
right,
because he about the only thing they got on offense.
man.
That defense legit though.
Yeah, defense solid.
But yeah, neighbors is like that.
Mm. Oh man,
Mm. Your crappy running back takes on the crappy Rams defense. The Packers go to LA. Josh Jacobs, your crappy, disappointing player of the year so far. Um, who you
let's
got?
go. He gonna come out. It's gonna be his coming out party.
Yeah,
I'm taking the pack, man. I love. He finally got into the groove. He slung it around. I think what
yeah.
4 touchdowns,
Hmm.
390 yards, something like that. So I'm taking the pack.
Okay. That ends the day scheduling on Sunday. And then we got the varsity game on Sunday night. Cowboys
Mm,
travel to Pittsburgh, take on the
mm.
Steelers. Who you taking?
I'm taking Pitt, man.
No
I'm taking
Micah,
Pitt.
no Demarcus Lawrence for Dallas. No
But I
Alex
just
Highsmith for Pittsburgh.
oh no, Highsmith.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh though. I just think that Dallas is gonna be one dimensional. They're
yeah.
not gonna be able to, they're not gonna be able to run the ball, even though Dowdy, whatever
Dowdle.
it is,
Yeah, it's a
Dowdle.
game. It's a game cop.
He's
Say his name right.
right.
Rico
He's a
Dowdle.
pretty he's a solid back, but they don't
Yeah,
give him enough touches. They don't give him enough
right.
touches.
Yeah,
And then Deuce, he's explosive, but they don't give him any touches. They might do
right.
a swing pass once a
Yeah.
game,
Man, you got to get Zeke the
so
ball, man.
man,
You got to feed Zeke.
man,
What?
they feed Zeke hot dogs on the sideline, man. That's what they do. That's what they do to Zeke, man.
Why you do Zeke like that,
Zeke done, man.
man? Zeke back. He
No, man.
you
Put
know
Zeke
what?
on
So,
the
hey, I
put
can't wait till Christmas time and Zeke score a touchdown though and try to jump in that bucket. and miss. Can't
And
get up
miss.
there no more.
Put
That's
Zeke
gonna
on
be
the
great.
put Zeke on the yacht, man, so we can just get up there and motorboat, man, and grab women, man.
You
That's
gotta
all
stop
Zeke want
doing
to do,
Zeke
man.
like that.
Zeke
Uh,
got
oh man. Monday night, the Saints go to the Chiefs. Should be a good game, man. What do you think?
should be a good game. I'm gonna take the upset.
Okay.
I'm taking the set. I'm taking the Saints to get back on track and get the dub on the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge, man, for the rest of the season, unless they make a move somewhere. The Chiefs are no Rashee Rice. Um, you know, that takes away their number one weapon
Hmm.
on offense, and it's going to be tough for them to put up the points they've been putting up. They
It's a
used to
lot of
putting up.
rumors. It's a lot of rumors swirling about DA though.
It is. Yeah, between let's say the Chiefs, the Jets, the Steelers,
Mm,
and somebody else. So
mm.
I don't want no parts of them. Well, I don't want no parts of his contract. I got to put it that way.
Okay,
Can't make too much money.
you make it now.
All right, I'll take him for a half year rental.
Mm,
We just say we want him for a half year. Give up a fifth round pick for him. I'll take him.
mm.
But yeah,
I feel
they
you.
go. Chiefs gonna have to do something.
They gotta do something.
They can't do it with Worthy as their number one receiver.
And Kelsey's not Kelsey any longer.
Right. And,
Mm-mm,
but it's the
mm-mm.
Chiefs, man. They're gonna find a way to
Yeah,
make them relevant. We'll see.
yeah. Hunt don't look bad though. He ain't Hunt of yesteryear, but he's really, really still really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they do.
Hmm.
Um last last game of the week on Monday. Oh no, that is the Monday night game.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
We
that's
done.
it. I'm looking ahead to week 6. Jeez, stop, Jay.
Mm-hmm. What you
Uh,
got going on? Yeah,
I don't know, man. About to predict the whole season.
you're right.
Like, sorry, Al, you missed it.
You're right. We 1 o'clock in the morning. We still
Right.
predicting game. We're in the
Go
playoffs now. Yeah,
We like Madden, simulate the whole
yeah.
season.
No season,
Go
man.
ahead, man. Oh man, let's jump out of here, man. Anything you want to get off your chest? Any parting shots before we leave?
Man, I want to definitely bless. Give Godspeed to any and everyone affected by the hurricane. It came to Florida and South Carolina and wreaked complete havoc.
Right.
So I definitely want to, the people with no lights, no water, just people that, loved ones dying. I had some family members, get killed. So I
Yeah.
definitely,
So
want to give God, appreciate it. I definitely want to give Godspeed to any and everyone that was affected by this
no doubt.
natural disaster. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's people hurting. Um, it's crazy. My sister was traveling to Atlanta for work
Oh wow.
this morning,
Mm,
and she forgot about there's no gas anywhere.
mm-mm.
So she happened to stumble across this dude that had gas. Kid was selling gas for $8.50 a gallon. But he was like, "Shit, I ain't trying to rob you, but I gotta take care of my family in this mess." She was like, "Shit, I understand." But he was the only option she had, or sitting on the side of the road somewhere.
He was walking around with gas can?
No, he had he had cans. He had gas
Mm-hmm.
cans of
Mm-hmm.
gas, but it wasn't no gas stations open.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he had like a spot set up somewhere, and he was on the side of the road selling gas.
Mm.
So, um, but I mean, she had to get it. She had to make it
Had to get it.
because at that point, you're at the point of no return. You can't turn around and
Yeah.
go back. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. She had committed.
yeah,
She committed. Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't think I know. I don't really watch the news like that, but I hadn't. I don't know if it's being covered as much as it should because I don't think
Mm.
people know how bad it is.
I agree.
It's pretty rough, man.
I agree.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing much, man. This VP debate going on tonight.
Hmm.
You know, of course, we're doing this, so but I encourage everybody, and we encourage everybody, just get out and vote. If you're not registered, go registered. If you are registered, um, check to make sure your registration is still valid, because
Mm,
we are a little more than a month away,
mm,
or less in some certain places. So
mm.
just use your utilize your rights, man, to get out there and vote.
No doubt.
Yeah. So that's all I got, man. Again, shout out to Al. Hope everything's all right on your end. Um, we'll talk to y'all next week. Good luck to your favorite teams. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the games. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, Defy Life.
For life. Peace.
Peace.